All right, lesson 12 in unit 2 for next week. We're done with unit 2 next week, so caution on what you're doing. Decline and collapse of the Roman Empire. Vocabulary, we got the Huns are a fierce nomadic tribe of Asia. Genghis Khan is part of this Huns. Odoacer, German Ostrogoth who deposed Emperor Romulus Augustulus and became the first king of Italy around 476 AD. Ostrogoth, Eastern Germanic tribe, revolted against the Roman army. And then Visigoth is a Germanic tribe settled in Rome and later attacked the city in 410 BC. All right, so 1,000-year difference between these two, or 800-year difference between these two. All right, before 0 and after 0. All right. Roman civilization. What have we got here? Turn off this music. Right. So ancient Roman civilizations, founding of Rome, the legend, Romulus and Remus, brothers who were raised by a she-wolf. Around 500 BC, we got coins were issued by the first or one of the first Roman republics. Find these coins are very, very good for you. The Punic Wars are between the Romans and the Carthaginians. The reign of Augustus Caesar. Then we got the crucifixion of Christ, 30 AD. The destruction of Jerusalem in 70 AD. And then the Pax Romana, or this period of peace. And then the reign of Constantine, who makes everybody Christian and adopts Christianity. All right. Many scholars believe the fall of Roman Empire was due to an influence of invasion of barbarian people, while others believe that economic factors led to the collapse. Still others conclude the empire's division into East and West assured its end of a superpower of the ancient world. The answer to why Rome fell will never be really agreed upon by historians, but the facts are its decline are not debated. Beginning in the 3rd century, the empire was weakened politically, economically, and military by several crises. People we have to know. Huns, right? This tribe. Odoacer, the German Visigoth. Ostrogoth, Eastern Germanic tribe. And the Visigoths, this Germanic tribe. Rome never fully conquered Germany, right? So that's kind of what helps the Germans rise to power. Never conquered by Rome type of thing. When Caesar Augustus or Octavian established the empire, he left direction for the process of succession, series of heirs and rightful rulers. This allowed for disputes over who would be named emperor. From 235 to 284, these disputes resulted in many civil wars. Generals fought against generals for the right to become emperor. Nearly all of the 22 soldier emperors were killed or murdered by a challenger. Diocletian ended the instability brought about by the wars between generals and recognized the government, determining that the empire was too large to be ruled by one person. He organized it under the rule of 2 emperors. One emperor was to rule over the east and one over to rule over the west. So Rome and then Constantinople. Right, by the way, short kind of one today. We do have a map and we have 8 questions to answer for this one. All right. So after his reign, civil war broke out, dividing the empire. In 324, under Constantine I, the government was stabilized and reunited. As part of his reforms, Constantine moved the capital of the Roman Empire to Byzantium in 330. The city was located in the eastern portion and was renamed Constantinople after Constantine. After the death of Theodosius I, the empire was divided again. Constantinople became the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire, while the Western Roman Empire was ruled from Rome. Unlike Rome, Constantine was able to resist barbarian invasions. After Rome fell to the invading Ostrogoths in 476, Constantinople and the Eastern Roman Empire continued to increase in power. The Eastern Empire became known as the Byzantine Empire. And this is where we start these dark ages in Western Europe. As the Roman Empire grew, its financial needs increased. Money was needed to pay for the thousands of soldiers to defend the empire. Funds were also needed to pay the barbarian soldiers hired by the Roman generals to fill the ranks. In order to pay for it, taxes were raised. Merchants and traders had little to barter with. It didn't go good. To aggravate the problem, to make it worse, the emperors continued to build elaborate palaces. They funded their project with public funds. Without a budget, and in good financial decisions, the empire was crippled from within, not without. Both the Western Roman and Eastern Roman Empire were attacked by barbarians. However, the Western Roman Empire was less able to resist invasion. The decrease in economic strength contributed to this. Monies needed to build up defenses were wasted on construction. By the end of the 4th century, the 300s, Roman Empire became particularly vulnerable in the north. One tribe was the Visigoths. Responding to the advancements of the Huns, the age of Visigoths fled into Roman territory across the Danube River. The Romans did not resist or expel them, but rather permitted them to settle in the eastern part of Rome. However, the Visigoths soon rebelled against the Romans and opposed them, and they were defeated at the Battle of Adrianople in 378. What's happening with the Romans is that they are, student pink, they're being attacked this way from Genghis Khan. The Vikings are coming in. These Goths are coming in. And then we have Islam also starting. So this part of Rome will fall. To make it worse, they're drinking out of metal pipes, and that doesn't help, right? The Romans. The victory of the Visigoths signaled to the other Germanic tribes that Rome's army was weak. In the west, Angles and the Saxons over Britain. In the north, the Franks advanced into Gaul. Rome was first attacked by the Visigoths in 410. And then, yeah, scholars usually give 476 as the date of the fall of the Western Roman Empire. 476, right? So, yeah. 8 questions on the fall of Rome. We can spend a whole lot more time on this, but we're not going to. I wish you guys the best.